Hey, Dad.
Hey, ma'am.
What was your rank in the Navy?
I was a bosun mate, second class.
A what mate?
Bosun's mate,
Bosun's mate?
yeah. I was in charge of all the boats and everything,
Oh.
You were in charge
crew,
of them.
And the crew on board ship, the work crew that sweep, mop down, and paint rust spots in the ship,
You don't even know.
scrape that old rust off one day and put the old red lead paint on there, the primer, and then come back a day or two and scrape that same place off and put some more paint on it, and sweep and mop the decks and just repair the ship. And Lewis, that's what he was too. He was shipmate. He was do all the plumbing and electrical work and stuff was that. And I was over all the boats. I had, let's see, the captain's gig. Then I had 8 LCMs. That's the big boats that carries the trucks and the tanks and stuff. And then they put a LCVP inside of each one of the LCMs. That was 8. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 hanging on the side of the ship, 2 on either side.
Dax, get in.
LCVPs, that's for personnel landing.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the troops, really. That's most of all the troops I had was the ones that operated the vehicles that I carried. And then the working parties would have to go in the shore and get groceries, you know, and I'd carry the cook or whatever he was in to get the groceries, and I'd carry him in, and I'd carry all the groceries and stuff back in my boat. And anything with the boats I was in charge of.
Did you carry troops to the land?
Huh?
Did you carry any troops to the land?
Just the ones that was in their equipment.
Was okay.
Like a truck would take in the driver and his helper, and then a tank, it'd be the driver, and most of the time he'd have a helper. And,
Okay. How many times did you get them stuck on the sand?
One time, in the invasion, one time in Lady, I broached on the beach in the sand, and the boat, instead of heading in the beach, I got in too far, and my sand filters in the boat, the filters filled up with that sand and killed the motors, and I couldn't back off the boat, and so it kept waves and bouncing sideways on the beach like that, and I had to spend the night with the army on the beach. And,
You had to dig your foxhole?
Boy, you dig a foxhole faster than you think you can. When shells start popping over you and everything, you can dig pretty fast. And,
Dad, where all were you at in the war? I know you were in Hawaii, but where else did you go?
oh, Japan, the Philippines, and Okinawa.
What'd you do in the Philippines?
Midway, and well, that was where we made the invasion in
That's
the
okay.
Philippines.
Okay.
And where MacArthur promised, "I will return." He left his all of his troops there, and he left the island. And that old saying, he said, "I will return."
How long were you there in the Philippines?
Oh, I guess maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, we stayed there after the invasion,
Okay.
and I guess we stayed there about 6 months or something like that, because we was there not too far from this ammunition ship that blew up.
Oh.
Somebody must have dropped a roll of ammunition or something, and that ship blew up. And, boy, I was on the back of my LCM doing some work on my LCM, and I was sitting there, and I thought it was going over the side when I heard that boom, and it was rocking the ship that way. And boy, it was a heck of a blast. And lost everybody on the ship except a crew of 7 men and a captain or whatever that went with them, a working party over on the beach, because they once while we was in there once a week, they'd let you go ashore. And us that drink beers, they'd give us 2 beers, and then the ones that didn't drink, they'd get Cokes, and they'd go ashore and we'd play games and stuff over there, baseball and whatever. And so there were 7 men, and their leader was saved off that ship. It was over on the beach on the Liberty Party, and working party rather. And boy, they saved them old boys. They laid down, cried, and stomped and rolled around, and just mourned for their buddies that was lost on the ship. And it was terrible.
Was that the Mount Hood?
Yeah. It blew up. And we had my boat. We had to skim all the harbor, patrol all the way around, just snooping, picking up pieces of bodies and whatever, and you'd find a leg or maybe an arm or something, or maybe just a foot or something of a piece of body, and we'd pick up every piece of body we could find, floating. And that went on for a couple of weeks, and so I don't guess we left anybody back there, except they sunk, where we couldn't find them.
What were you doing at Midway?
Midway? Oh, we just landed there to drop off supplies, and
Okay.
it wasn't nothing. Midway was nothing but a little sand island.
Yeah, I know. Ben landed there.
Just flat. And, I don't see how anybody could survive on it, because that's the natives, how they live there, and there wasn't that many of them, but shoot, if they get high tide, it'd cover the island, because it was just flat, almost level with the sea. There wasn't nothing to it, just a sand island. I was on the destroyer when we went there.
Okay.
Because we didn't go on the beach, and we carried supplies in there on that. Well, no, we didn't carry supplies. We escorted the supply ships. That's what we did there.
Okay.
We escorted the destroyer, escorted the supply ship, because we had the sound gear to take submarines, Japanese submarines, and we had the radar for the airplanes and stuff, for the air attacks. And we usually escort big ships, you know, was because we detect submarines and everything, Japanese submarines.
Mm-hmm.
And, we almost got, when I was on the Uvalde, we almost got hit with a Japanese torpedo. They had it set too deep and it come right about mid-ship and went under us. They had it set too deep. And
That was close then.
it was so close. We all just run to the forward or the stern of the ship to get away where the ships don't hit in the middle of the ship, you know, because you could see the wake is coming. And we detect it with our sound gear, but it had already fired the torpedo.
How long were you in Hawaii?
Oh, I was in Hawaii about 20 months.
How many?
About 20 months.
Oh, wow.
Then I got transferred back to the States in new construction. And then I went to into the went to Uvalde. We went up there and put it. I went on it the day of commission. Whenever they,
You through?
I don't remember who it was that hit the bottle of champagne and wham in the bow of it when it went down that ramp. I don't remember who it was, some dignitary. I don't remember whether it was the first lady or who. I was aboard it then, and stayed aboard in it for about 20 months.
Well, were you in Hawaii? Were you just doing cleanup after they bombed Pearl Harbor?
Oh, we wasn't ashore. We was on a destroyer, and we lay out about several miles from the island, and we're just out there patrolling. Just had an 8-mile circle. We'd patrol, protecting with our sound gear, trying to detect submarines, Japanese, if they come attack with the submarines, and then because a lot of ships come into Hawaii and in and out of there, and we protected the mouth of the harbor that way, make sure that they could get in there safe, and that's why we'd come in about once a week and tie up at the in Pearl Harbor there. We'd tie up and to the pier, and they'd give us liberty, and we'd go ashore and spend the day ashore. And,
so you could still get your boats into Pearl Harbor after they bombed it, right?
Oh yeah, it was after it was bombed.
Okay.
It was pretty well cleared up. The old harbors were coated with oil and stuff for the ships that was sunk, you know. And there was one ship there it almost blocked the mouth of the harbor there by the airport, and the airport was on one side of the harbor there, and they sunk it, the old I believe it was the Arizona that was sunk there. And that's so many, I forget how many troops were aboard it, and the crew that went down with the ship. And most of them got off and were saved, but I forget how many went down with the ship. They're still down there. If the sea creatures hadn't ate it up already.
Did you use any of the guns to shoot?
Huh?
Did you use any guns to shoot with?
Yeah, we had on the boat we had a 4-inch had four 4-inch guns,
Mhm.
and let's see, 3 4-inch guns. One on the bow, one below the bridge in the almost midship, and then one on the stern, the rear of the ship, and the one on the stern, the rear of the ship there, we had a, what you call it, deck house. It went down the stairs there and go down the engineer's department and everything, and the chief's department where they slept, and then I had my aircraft gun up there, my 20 millimeter, and I was stationed there when we had the war drills and stuff, and anyway, that 4-inch there, when they fired it, most of the time, that old barrel was up there. It moved around there, and it was about 4 to 5 feet from my head. When they fired
wow.
that thing, that's probably part of my ears where I can't hear.
Oh.
Boy, they'd ring for days, and when them concussions from that thing when it went off, old 4-inch, like a 4-inch ready fixed gun. The shell was about that long, and I was up on the bow of the ship on that 4-inch. I was a hot shellman. I was standing at the rear of the gun, and when they fired and opened it up and that empty shell come out, I had the asbestos gloves on and to catch that hot shell. Save us from going overboard, but most of them went overboard because I missed. They went right through my arms. Then I got on that anti-aircraft gun on the back of the ship in the after deck house. And let's see, we had 2 of those up on the bow of the ship, and 2 on the deck house back there on the back of the ship, and they were aircraft guns, surface vehicle guns. And, you strapped yourself in, and you was standing there, strapped in. You had a hot showman. You emptied up on magazine. They had the magazines about that big around, and they had the shells all around in it. And whenever fire will let the thing move around to the new shells, you know, and so that thing would get empty. I had a shellman that he'd grab that off and put another one up there. And, I never had to fire at enemy. I fired it at practice, and plane called back to the ship and asked if we was shooting at the target or them. We had, each gun had a different color. It painted shell, and when you hot that away, that paint melted, and it'd leave a mark on the target, the canvas target, and you know whose gun hit.
Okay, so that way they could see who was the best marksman.
Yeah. So anyway, but night firing usually it was a surface gun, you know, they're more 4 inches. But I still was at general quarters. I was at my gun strapped in, and that was my position in general quarters. And so I was there with that little barrel up there almost to my ears. And I'm sure that's part of my head problem with my ears.
So you didn't have any kind of ear protection or anything firing?
They didn't wear it then.
No, they didn't. So how did you go from that to being the bosun's mate? Or was that...
I was bosun mate then.
Oh, okay, you were.
That was when general quarters, whenever they suspect the enemy, well, they call general quarters,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody would head to their station. Now Lewis, he would return to the repair shop and be ready to be called down wherever they needed, something repaired. And,
Mm-hmm.
well, all had a position to be when in general quarters when they suspected enemy.
Mama's helping your daddy.
Ours is mostly practice, and we didn't have that many times the enemy. And we always had to wear steel helmets. Because whenever you hear them dead shells popping up in the air over your head and stuff, be ready for shrapnel, pieces of metal from them bombs that didn't hit you in the head or something.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your body was protected except for a life jacket. In case you had to down and shift, you had a life jacket.
Yeah, she's almost as tall as you.
Yeah, it was an experience I never have to go through again, which I know I won't.
I think somebody's through with us. Don't bother it, okay? Then I'll have to get it up here.
And like I say, I wasn't scared one moment. I would be protected. I wouldn't. Instead of getting scared, I'd
Yeah, what
just
about him?
get myself protected
Probably gonna
and
take
get under something and out of the way of the shrapnels and stuff or anything like that. But
That's bright.
I mean, I wasn't scared.
Yeah, she's stuck with her claw. We got it out.
You get used to it, and you just comes automatic to take care of yourself. And you do it so much that it's just routine. And we'd have practice attacks and everything more than real attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was real, it was, to me now, it'd be scary. But it wasn't then. You just knew you had to do something, and you do it.
You know, you can go ahead. You can go and walk. Did you say you were in Japan?
Yeah, I went ashore one time. Had stepped foot on the land, and I went with a quartermaster. See, I had my boat took the quartermaster and picked up the mail and picked up the groceries and stuff like that. And I'd use my boat and to the beach and everything. And that's just one time I went stepped foot on Japan.
Wait a minute.
Do you remember where you were in Japan?
Yeah,
That's Pawpaw. That's your Pawpaw going outside.
Japanese name. Seems like Wakayama or something like that.
They all got a weird name.
Yeah. I believe that's where it was. It's just a little village.
Huh?
They didn't have piers for us docked, like we did in Hawaii and around in the bigger islands. And we'd anchor out and that gives the boat,
I
you
got a
know,
little
to carry
basket. It's for to
back
put flowers in.
whatever
Would you
they
like to
had
have a
that
little
do on
basket
the
to put
beach.
flowers in?
The boat, my boats would carry them over there.
Not like that one. It's a small one. It's a Evian basket.
The captain had his special boat,
Let me go.
the captain's gig, and I had one guy was in charge of that boat, and he kept it up, and he spent more time there keeping it clean and everything than he did anything else. And we had garbage. We'd get rid of the garbage. They'd put it on my boat. I'd take it out to sea and lower my ramp, and we'd shove it off into the water. That's the way we got rid of our garbage whenever we was in docked in the island.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of taking the boat aboard on land, we'd take it out to sea.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in my boat, and I'd take it out away from the island a ways and lower that ramp and push it out. Feed the sharks.
Would they actually come up while you were pushing the trash out?
I don't remember seeing any there.
Just a minute.
So when you were getting ready to do the landings, though, would they have a map up so you could see where you were going or where you were supposed to go?
No, we usually had a lead ship. Our gun officer in boat division, a gun officer usually had the lead boat, and he'd lead us in the direction to go. We usually had a map showing a red beach, black beach, or green beach, or whatever, where we're supposed to hit.
Uh-huh.
Because I know at one time I was supposed to hit the red beach with my boat, and before I went in, the LCVPs with the personnel was ahead of me, and I've had the vehicle, and I started in behind those boats to the beach, to the red beach, and I seen them boats, some of them just
Isn't that funny? Isn't it cute?
blow them up, you know, that's what a puff of smoke. And I broke and turned and went down to the next color beach,
Mm-hmm.
and my officer tried to court-martial me for not following orders and hitting the red beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I saved my vehicle and my crew and everything I had on board by turning and going down there instead, because everything in front of me hitting that beach was blown up, and I saved us from getting blown up by veering off to the other beach. And,
It's big.
but I got my
Big enough to hold
stuff. I think I had a Jeep on board at that
We'll have to
time.
get a cushion, make her a cushion for it, won't we?
And
Oops, let's put her bib down.
the officers that was on
Do you not want it?
the charge there was
don't want
on in the Jeep, and
Okay.
so I veered off and went down, hit the other beach, and he tried to
Yeah, you can have that.
court-martial me for not following orders. And, but it went before the captain, and the captain said I made the right decision, and they didn't court-martial me.
Who was your captain?
Huh?
Who was your captain?
I can't think of his name. He was an awful good guy. You'd think he was one of us. He was a young guy.
Tank, did you leave the doll alone? You want her out of the basket?
thought I'd never forget his name. Everybody liked him. When we lost him and got this other old captain, he was an old Navy man, and he was really strict. This first one, he was pretty lenient with you. He didn't believe too much in regulations. He was more or less for protective and teaching protection, how to protect yourself and everything.
Here. Now lay around.
And I had the next one we got was Captain Bryant.
I'm gonna go get something up. You stay right there.
He was pretty strict. He believed in regulations.
You never got in trouble under him, did you?
Do what?
You never got in trouble under him, though.
No. Well, I did one time. I got restricted for AWL. Was docked in California, and this buddy of mine that I grew up with, he was in the Marines in Camp Pendleton, California, and I went from San Diego. I hitchhiked to Camp Pendleton to visit him. He had a Marine camp there in Camp Pendleton. And we spent the day in the canteen, and I got pretty polluted. And then on the way back to the ship, to L.A., I hitchhiked a ride, and I guess I got fresh with the lady and the people that picked me up, and they stowed my ass out there in the desert. And I laid out there and walked around my sand stuff until I kind of sobered up, and I got back on the highway and hitched on in. And I was late getting back to the ship, so I was AWL so many hours, and they restricted me for a couple of weeks. I couldn't go ashore.
Oh.
Well, one more time too. We was in USO deal, and started Diamond Dance, and we come out and fixing to go to the ship, and here this old buddy pulled up the curb in the car and said, "Y'all want to ride back to the ship?" And, yeah. So we got in, and we got to the toll bridge there in San Francisco, the Oakland Bay Bridge, and we was anchored at Oakland there, and so he run the police station where they take the toll back and forth on the public traffic and everything. And he run the patrol station, and the police picked us up, and before we got there back to the ship, they called us and he put all three of us in jail.
Oh, no.
And they transported us from the jail there in Oakland to the San Francisco City Prison. And I spent 2 days there. And I got fined. I got back aboard ship. I got fined for $170 for being AWL. And they fined me the most because I was the oldest guy. They said I knew better. The hell, I wasn't driving. He stole that vehicle. He come along and seen that vehicle parked, and the keys was in it, and he got it. And the guy didn't. If he'd pressed charges, because we were servicemen, he didn't press charges against us. If he had, we'd have really went to prison.
Oh, mercy.
Well, I got out of that. Just a couple of days there in that prison cell. Well, I'll never forget that sound. Boy, at night, whenever the night come and them, all them cell doors went shut, yam, yam, bam, 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 down the line.
Wow.
That was a heck of a sound. You knew you was caged up.
Ugh.
And they don't feed too good either. Prison.
He wants you to
So
pet him.
you had some interesting times in the service.
Old Brian Barton. Old Barton, I remember he was just a kid. And he
Yeah, you can almost wear it as a
was
hat,
younger than
can't
we
you?
was, and he was at the
What happened to the other
car. He
battle
was
there?
at his own car. He was always doing something exciting.
Here it is.
But
It's right here.
he seen that car with the keys in. It was one of them old cars with the doors open the front.
Yeah,
I believe a
you're
Dodge
like
or
that,
Plymouth
that
it
might
was.
hurt you,
Uh-huh.
okay? It's to put flowers in,
What he
okay?
had that
It's a
old
flower
car,
basket.
he got that thing and
So
it
see,
come
you
to
have to
down.
get mommy and daddy to take you
Y'all
out
want
picking
to ride
flowers.
back to the ship? Yeah, we'll take a ride. Said that. We got in and boy, he took off. And that old cop come up behind us blowing that siren. He didn't hesitate a minute but pulled over. And they yanked us out of there and handcuffed us. And we went straight to jail. In the Oakland jail, and then
That's
the
right.
next day they transferred us to the San Francisco
Yeah, that's a
prison.
lot. Want to see the merry-go-round?
Bet you were glad to get back on the ship after
Oh
that.
yeah. Then it had to stand trial, and because I was the oldest one, I got to find the most. And, I think they cost me $170. They took it off my pay. So I was a jailbird. I believe I gotta come out of this thing here.
It's getting a little warm.